Hello and welcome back to the Hype Bulletin, hosted by yours truly, Ralph Mentor. After a long hiatus, we'll be getting into, the present time of sports, Boston sports, where Patriots aftermath of their Super Bowl fall, and where has Ralph been in the Hype Bulletin podcast been since that loss? The Red Sox started their opening day and all too as well, not going well. Home opening day tomorrow though. And the Celtics have all those teams at least and all looking great. A return of an individual coming off an Achilles injury too as well. But let's get it started and all. There we go. That's like a little opening that I'm trying to work out and all too as well. But yeah, long hiatus since the last time I recorded. I think around like February 5th or something like that. Before or at the aftermath of the Patriots beating the Denver Broncos to get into the Super Bowl and all. Unfortunately, dealt with some little car issues and all too as well. A little project I was working on took a little longer than I expected. A little bit more financial, what is it, what I want to put to it, my finances, a little bit more of my finances. I had to take care of the issue and all too as well. Still kind of in the mud there, but out of like the sinking sand or whatever I was in the month of February and all too as well. But coming back for season three at least and all too as well, as I mentioned in the opening. May probably be focusing mostly on Boston sports stuff too as well, based on based on what based on what the Pats did do this past season, all too as well, even with their unfortunate ending and all too as well. We got the Sox, even though with their whack ass start with the first six games of the season and all too as well, still some high expectations for their team and all going forward in a 162 game season and all too as well, to the sudden panic of their start and all too as well. And obviously what the Celtics have been doing over this past season in a quote unquote gap year and all too as well. Now sitting there, probably clearing the second seed and all too as well, and getting themselves into clear playoff position for perhaps another championship run and all too as well. So that's what it looks like we're going into a season three and all too as well. Kind of added some graphics as you can see and all too as well. And see how things fly this season and all too as well. My timing and all too as well. I wanted to come on April 1st, but looks like I had my own April Fool's joke and now starting up on April 2nd. Fortunately, at least and all too as well. So let's switch up the scenes again. Right, right. Look at me. Look at me. Kind of flipping it up to a degree. To a degree. At least and all too as well. But as you can see, I got the NBA standings up on the screen and all too as well. As you can see, the Pistons are still number one. But let me, before I get into the NBA landscape and all too, let's talk about the Boston Celtics. Why as well talk about the Boston Celtics? They're coming off a win against, what's the last game here? Last game here against the Miami Heat. Yeah. Um, that guy there that you're looking at there in that little screen there dropped 83 points in a basketball game. Yep, he actually beat Kobe Bryant's record of 81. That's how crazy this NBA season's kind of been. I'm not even gonna lie, where we got like five MVP contenders. Well, four. We'll get to Cade Cunningham, unfortunately, and all too as well. Why went from five to four with true MVP contenders in my book, at least, and all too as well. But yeah, like I said, let me focus on the Celtics real quick. Let me have fun with the screen and all too as well. But coming off a great win against the Miami Heat and all too as well, with that against that aforementioned 83-point score and Bam Adebayo and all too as well. But coming off a great game offensively, even defensively too, honestly. What's it called there? The C's scored 53 points in the first quarter in this game and all too as well. I think Jaylen Brown dropped. I think he dropped 20 points in the first quarter. Not even gonna lie. And Sam Hauser was right behind him there too with like 17 points and all too as well. But yeah, just a great start there offensively. Give Miami credit. Even in the first and the third quarters, they were great and all too as well. Can't even lie that the shot making was dope. I think Bam scored like the first 11 points for Miami in that game and all too as well. But The guy, like I mentioned, in the opening, is coming back from Achilles injury, and Jason Tatum dropped his first, obviously his first triple double of the season and all too as well. But probably it's just looking like every game is his best game and all, because he's coming off of 32 points against the Charlotte Hornets and all. I think the first end of a back-to-back on Sunday, this past Sunday, and all too as well. No Jalen Brown, no Derek White either, and was able a team that smacked the Celtics earlier this month, the game before Jason Tatum returned and all too as well, ironically. Smacked the Celtics at home by 30 plus, probably 35 points and all too as well. But without Jalen Brown, I should mention, and Derek White and all, Jason Tatum was able to come and drop 32 points and give you his best game of the season. Now, that was until this Miami Heat game that I got on the screen and all, where he had his first triple double of the game, 25 points, 18 rebounds, and I think 11 assists. Are the stats right in front of me? Yep, 11 assists. Shot 4 for 13 from three, unfortunately, too, as well. 9 for 21 overall. So the efficiency numbers aren't all great, at least in this game. They were better in the last game against Charlotte and all, too, as well. But yeah, we're having the Celtics, as I mentioned, as the second seed in the East and all. I feel like they're going to clear it and all, too. Let me fix the screen again. But I feel like they're going to clear it and all, too, as well, versus, for having the Knicks. There we go. All right, I figured it out. But having the Knicks number three, I think they're 2.5 up, if I'm looking at it right. Yeah, 2.5 games up and all. It would take, what is it called? I think it takes the Celtics to lose like 4 games, and all the Knicks winning 4 games in that instance for the Celtics to fall out of the 2 seed, which is I just see a hard time seeing at this point and all too as well. The Knicks have been playing shit okay, at least and all too as well. The Cavs have been cool. The Pistons lost Kid Cunningham and all too as well, and that's what they're sitting in. Lost Kid Cunningham, or still I should say, still sitting there as the number one seed. Probably will get 60 wins by the end of the season and all too as well. I think I just saw a score where they're up currently and all too as well. But it's hard not to like the chances of the Boston Celtics going forward and all too as well. I'm not gonna lie. You got the emergence of guys like Baylor Shireman, Nemesh Queta, who's been killing it throughout the season. I just think he's kind of leveled up his game a bit and all too as well. I kind of took the Philadelphia game where he dropped like 27 points. I think he had like 25 points or 24 points in the first half of that game and all too as well. I thought that was more of like Philadelphia just stinks at that time. Philadelphia doesn't stink right now, even though I think it's a bit of a mirage. I'm sure I'll get to that and all too as well. But the Mage Quaid has been awesome. I feel like his level, his game level has definitely stepped up from what he was playing in the beginning of the season, which was pretty damn good. Solid basketball and all too as well. His defensive rating numbers have been tops in the league all season and all too as well. But I just think he's kind of leveled up his game and all. I thought again the Philadelphia game, how I just called Philadelphia Mirage. I thought his game against that team was a bit of a mirage and all too as well. But he's kept it up and all too as well. I'm trying to go back through any games that really stand out and all too as well. But what stands out to me is the loss against the Atlanta Hawks and all too as well, where you didn't have Jason Tatum in that game and the Manish Queta in that game. And I think the Manish Queta was more of a loss than Jason Tatum, at least in all in that instance, because he's been that big of a cog as their five and all too as well. He makes a huge difference and all. You were relying on Luca Garza and Amari Williams. Unfortunately, in that instance and all too as well, I think the guy deserves a rest and all too as well. But again, just an extra cog that I'm mentioning to what the team has when you're adding Jason Tatum off an Achilles injury and all too as well. I would argue his playmaking has looked awesome, and you can argue too that Jason Tatum returning is probably a big part of why Nemesh Queta is looking more. I mean, like I keep saying, his game has leveled up and all too. So just because he's more involved, because of Jason Tatum's just ball playmaking ability with the five and all too as well. We as Celtics fans know about the what's it called, the plus and minus numbers with him and Luke Cornett on the court together last season, at least and all too as well. I feel like that's a big part of why Nemesh Queta's level is continuing to go up, because being more involved with Jason Tatum on the floor, who he just uses the five a great way for a great way for him to manipulate his game and all too as well, honestly. So I love seeing that. Baylor Shireman's basically the first guy off the bench. Maybe Peyton Pritchard, you could argue, is the best guy off the bench, but my bad. But Baylor Shireman's usually the first guy off the bench before Jason Tatum even returned. He actually edged out a good starting role for himself too as well. Continues coming in too as well, basically crashing from the dunker spot to, or from the let me not say the dunker spot, but crashing from the corner three point spot spot for to create either extra rebounds or tap outs to get extra rebounds and all too as well. His shot making has definitely improved and all too as well. It seemed a bit more rushed in the beginning of the season, but he seems to slow himself down a bit. I hate the no dip shot that he tries to do once in a while, but it has worked from time to time too as well. Honestly, and he does offer an extra dribbler that you can have bring up the court and an extra playmaker. I'm not even gonna lie to as well. Had a great pass to Jalen Brown in the Atlanta Hawks game and all too as well, where Jalen Brown had a reverse. No, I lied. Is that the Miami Heat game? Maybe both games he had something like that too as well. But he's been awesome um throughout this like what's it called there. I think honestly this whole year, like 2026 year, I mean not the whole season, but the start of 2026 and all tools was really edged it out. Couldn't understand why Joe Mazzulla would put him in the starting lineup, or not the starting lineup, yeah, in the starting lineup to begin the season. All tools, why I saw nothing of what he was seeing, at least in all the practice. But to be fair to Joe Mazzulla, who stupidly probably is going to win Coach of the Year, but ironically he finds it stupid and all too as well. But yeah, just a great, development look out for Baylor Shireman, honestly, too, as well, from the start of the season, and now you're kind of seeing it. You're seeing it, what's it called there, at the end of the season, throughout this stretch run and all going into the playoffs and all, too, as well. I was in the group chat with some Celtics buddies that argued that he should have some playoff minutes last season. Didn't see it. This season, though, definitely. So I'm definitely in on him and all, too, as well. Peyton Pritchard, like I said, I haven't recorded since February, like fourth or fifth and all too as well. So Anthony Simons got traded to Chicago and all too as well. Ironically, is hurt, and we got Nikola Vucevic. Ironically, again, he's hurt and all too as well. But it looks like he's ramping up. I thought he'd be back for tomorrow's game against Milwaukee, but it looks like he'll be back sometime next week. Before the regular season ends and all too as well. I think next week I should say is the last week of the full last week of the NBA season and all too as well. So, but yeah, the changes at least. And also, like I was going to bring up, Payne Pritchard, ironically, he's back on the bench and all too as well. Was starting, had his moments starting and all too as well. Has been back on the bench and had his great moments on the bench too as well. Where you can argue if there wasn't for a game limit thing on the bench, where I think most or half of your games have to be played off the bench and all, you've surpassed it, I think, with playing 48 games starting wise to start the season and all too as well. But I think he leads the league with the most points scored in a game off the bench and all. And if he ain't, he's like top two, top three and all too as well. So I guess again another cog that the Jason Tatum's and the Jalen Browns and even that Derek White too. It's kind of a big three in my opinion and all too as well and all. But these three extra cogs I'm bringing up too as well. Ugan Gonzalez obviously has been a revelation all season and all. I think we've seen it as C's fans at least and all too as well. He's kind of tailed off and all. I think he's hit a rookie wall and all too as well. So we'll see. His shot though, especially from the corner and the wing too as well. The more of the wing closer to the corner at least, and all, if that makes any sense and all. But that shot's been pretty on and all too as well. So obviously if the sooner that the C's can clinch, you can start resting some guys too as well. I wouldn't think Ugo rests, but put him in different situations too as well. Honestly, maybe can get him out of this rookie wall and all too as well. Whenever they clinch, if it's the 2 or the 3, I'm confident it's the 2. But if one or the other, they'll have a week off before the playoffs start and all too as well during the playing games and how they figure themselves out and all too as well. So yeah, but hey, Ugo Gonzalez is another cog. I'm loving that Jordan Walsh is finally getting some minutes too as well. Honestly, he brings a defensive mentality and physicality that I love and all too as well. Sam Hauser has been a bit inconsistent, but he's been great lately. A big reason why the C's scored 53 points in the first quarter against Miami Heat, where they ended up scoring 147 and all too. So I think what I hear, I think that was the first time the C's scored 50 points. I don't know if it was in the quarter or in the first quarter, probably in the first quarter, in like 50 years, yeah, like 50 somewhat years and all too as well. So Joe Mazzulla, I'm telling you, ridiculous. And what I'm seeing in Houston, and what that could have been if it wasn't for some weird background things, at least on the behind the scenes type of things and all. This guy's been an awesome coach offensively and all too. Is even better than Brad Stevens and all. I get the whole out of timeout like argument, but Brad Stevens was just fucking great. Excuse my language, but just awesome with that and all too as well. So it's hard to put Missoula in that category and all too as well. But it's hard to ignore what he's done offensively and all too as well. Even I would argue if the C's were going to be the same 50 plus win team, same top three team and all throughout the years, it wouldn't have been the same team and all. Joe Mazzulla has proved me wrong and all too as well and all too as well. So just like yeah, just what this is what the C's have been cooking up and all too as well. Now you're hearing it how they're probably the most dangerous team in the Eastern Conference and all too as well. I have Charlotte as the scariest team in the NBA and all or in the Eastern Conference I should say, and I'll get into it when I start divulging into the standings and how playoff matches could be looking into over the next week or so. But nah, it's just a lot to like about the Boston Celtics. Like, even I'm startled, and how much saying how much I like about this team and all too as well. And also, yeah, I'm thinking about cogs. Like I'm trying to think of the cogs. I'm trying to think of if I'm missing anybody. I don't want to miss anyone, but it's basically been Kate. I think Kate has been your number one, not number one cog. Let me say Payne Pritchard. It's been your number one cog and all too as well. But you got Nime Queta, Baylor Sharman, who's really stepped up. That's something that I wouldn't have expected and all too as well. Sam Hauser will have his big games, honestly, too as well as you see against Miami and all too as well. Jordan Walsh has his moments. My bad. I forgot about Luka Garza and all too as well. His top of the key and top of the wing three has been awesome over this last stretch. You can honestly, ever since he got benched early to start the season and then was able to get back his minutes, I think around December and all, that shot's been awesome. It's kind of getting better. I'm not gonna lie. This is a Naismith Player of the Year type of not type of guy. This is a Naismith Player of the Year and Luka Garza and all too as well. So a guy like Missoula is going to find some ways to use his strengths and all too as well. Great offensive rebounder too as well, and also it's another cog and all too as well. I'm curious what Nikola Vucevic can offer and all too as well. Especially when he gets back, it's basically going to be like 3 to 5 games left in the season and all, but. He was kind of looking like Luka Garza when he first got traded over to the Boston Celtics and all too as well. Luka Garza took time on the bench to figure out how he can play better with the team and all, and like I said, clearly has figured that out and all too as well. I'm curious at this time that he had Nikola Vucevic before he got hurt. Ironically, the same game that Jason Tatum returns and all too as well. I want to say the basketball gods have a plan and all too as well. But he played 12 games before getting hurt and all too as well. So I'm curious with this time away, just seeing how the team plays and all too as well. Can he pick up the same things that Luka Garza picked up early in the season to really pick it up and all too? So we saw some great things from Nikola Vucevic. It's gonna take me a while to put that together, but we saw some great things from him when he was out there and all too as well. His ceiling. As a big and all too as well in the post is awesome and all too as well. It's kind of better than Kristaps Porzingis because it's just deeper under the rim. Pause. But his ability to seal players, especially his ability to switch off the pick and all too as well, able to get a smaller guy pinned onto him too as well. He's just got a great ability to seal his defender and all too as well, even with the bigs too as well, but especially with the screen game that the C's have at the top of the key and all too as well. So he's just awesome. He looks awesome in that sense. Defensively, he's trash. I'm not gonna give him credit there and all too as well. But again, Luka Garza kind of looked like that too as well. Not great, not great. Not I shouldn't say not great effort guys, but not great athletic guys. But they're giving you effort, but kind of leave themselves in bad positions and all too as well. I feel like Luka Garza kind of figured it out. That's what I'm hoping Nikola Vucevic can figure out with this time away at least. So if he can figure out this is a team that plays hard. If you're not playing hard with the five on the court, you're gonna look off. And I feel like that's what Nikola Vucevic was trying to figure out. And I don't blame him. Playing in Chicago over the last couple of years too as well, you forget what playing hard is and all too as well. So I'm hoping when he comes back has a better understanding of what playing hard is at least and all too as well. Pause. That's coming out weird at least and all. But look at Chicago. Look at the Chicago Bulls right now. It doesn't look like a team that's playing with high effort on both sides of the ball at least. So maybe offensively when you look at their scoring numbers, maybe, but defensively, hell no. So that's where I feel like Vucevic is kind of off there too as well. Luka Garza, to his credit, too as well, was a bench player from Minnesota and all, a high defensive team and all. And you can see maybe he picked up something from that too as well. Obviously, like I mentioned, Naismith Player of the Year type of player in college and all for Iowa and all too as well. So obviously has some type of skill and all too as well. But the lack of athleticism for both players kind of put them in bad positions. Luka Garza, to his credit, figured it out. I'm thinking veteran, the oldest guy on the team by far, and Vucevic and all. I feel like this time off with the team, with the time off, the time played, get some film in, maybe figure out, that effort level. I feel like is what he's missing to really contribute to the team and all, because he was looking off throughout his time over there and all too as well. So, but what's it called there? But yeah, that's how the C's are looking. Those are the cogs. Joe Mazzulla, Coach of the Year candidate and all too as well. Let me get back to the standings. and all too as well. If my computer will let me. And all too as well. Sitting there 51-25. I wasn't anticipating over 51s to begin the season and all too as well. Maybe 48, 46 or something like that too as well. Top six, top 17 at least and all too as well. But you're looking at them at 51-25. Like I said, I feel like they're clearing the number two seed with the 2.5 lead over the Knicks. I feel like it's going to take a fall for them to lose that. They do need to have clearance from the Knicks and all because if there's a tie situation, the Knicks, no matter what, if the Seas do play the Knicks next Thursday, doesn't matter anyway. The Knicks have I believe, have the tiebreaker because of conference record. Definitely not conference record. They have it over something. I'm not sure why they have the record over there. I'm looking at their conference records right now. The Seas are 32-15, and the Knicks are 31-16. So less losses for the Seas and one more win. That's not because of that and all too as well. It could be a division record and all too as well. But yeah, it could be a division record because probably the Knicks swept the Nets. I know we lost one game against the Nets and all too as well. I've heard that the Knicks have dominated the Raptors too as well. No, it wouldn't surprise me if you lost the game against the Raptors to start the season. I know definitely lost the game against Brooklyn to start the season, unfortunately, and all too as well. Michael Porter Jr. finding some type of revelation and all because it wasn't no NBA Finals game revelation. Definitely back in college type of revelation and all too as well. But like I said, Caesar sitting pretty, I would say, as a number two seed and all too as well. I am worried about who they may face in the first round, at least and all too as well. But let me get into it. Let's since I haven't been here since February 4th, let me recollect what the NBA's gone through since at least in all two as well. Let's do that first and all. But we got the Pistons at 56-21. Like I mentioned, Kate Cunningham unfortunately has been out for a couple weeks now with a collapsed lung. Didn't reach the 65 game threshold and all. Apparently didn't meet some stipulation where if he played enough games and had some type of catastrophic injury, he would still be up for awards. Apparently, that you have to get to 62 games, and he's at 60 or some shit like that. Stupid. That's the stupid part to me. Honestly, too, is why he misses it by 2 games, and now we can't get at least an All NBA consideration and maybe a top three MVP consideration and all too as well. And I'm pretty sure I'll get into it with the episodes going forward before the playoffs and all too as well. But because I think there's like 4 or 5 competitors there and all too as well. But again, impressive for what the Pistons have done. They kind of did this at the beginning of the season and all, where Jalen Duran was out for some time. Asir Thompson was out for some time. Even Kate Cunningham missed some games. But you had this guy like Dennis Jenkins still dropping games and all. In this stretch where Kate Cunningham's been out, finally dropped a 30-point game and all too as well. But he gave you some big game. I mean, I should say he gave the Pistons some big games and all too as well. Where you can argue he won them some games early in the season when they were already dealing with some injury stuff anyway. So when the Cade Cunningham news dropped, I was kind of like distraught. Thought the Pistons would fall off a bit, not even close. That deficit that the Seas have for the number one seed at 4.5 has stayed there essentially, and all two as well has not changed, and all two as well. Nor do I expect it to. Obviously it's not going to, at least not two as well. I think their magic number is 2 for the number one seed at this point, and all 2 or 3 at this point. So great, no big things for the Pistons and all two as well. There are reports that Kate Cunningham may be back for the playoffs. I'm not sure. Looks like a huge thing and all two as well. Maybe in the middle of the first round I could see him coming back, but at the start I'd be kind of concerned there and all two as well. But we'll see there too. We'll see there too. I don't know if that all makes sense and all too as well. We'll get into the bottom of it where their possible matchup in the first round could be and all two as well. But let's bring it along and all two as well. Cause I'm gonna go long. It's been a long time doing this and all two as well. We got the Knicks at number 3. Won their last game against the Grizzlies and all too as well. I'm not sure how much I've explained how much I'm not a believer of the Knicks on this podcast and all too as well, but the way that they look, still not a believer of their run and all too as well. If I'm being frank and all too as well, I feel like their win against the Celtics was not lucky, but I felt like Drew Holiday Kristaps Porzingis, obviously, with the sickness stuff that we see throughout the season this year, and Jalen Brown, who's having an MVP caliber season, and all were not healthy going into that playoff season and all too as well. Well, look at Derek White's shot selection in that series and all. I feel like he wasn't healthy and all too as well, and probably leads to Jason Tatum rupturing his Achilles. I don't want to put it on that. I feel like that's just a freak act, freak injury and all too as well. And I feel like it's not, there's some argument that Tatum got hurt or the C's lost. No, because I'll give you that the Knicks were already up 2-1 anyway, so it had nothing to do with that injury and all too as well. But the C's did blow two 20-point leads at home in games 1 and 2 and all too as well. That is an odd thing. Maybe one game you blow a 20-point lead and the Knicks steal one, get it. But the next time you have a 20-point lead and you blow it again, I feel like there was health involved in that. And the way you look at Jalen Brown and how he never looked like that in the second half of last season and all, I feel like it was a big part of the health argument, at least now too as well. But I just feel like what they did this offseason firing Tibbs. I like the talent on the team. I wish they gave Tibbs this talent and given it one shot at least in all two as well. First time in the Eastern Conference Finals since the year 2000, if not the year 2000. Yeah, the year 2000, right? The year 2000, 2001. I think it was Sixers, Bucks in that finals and all, or Eastern Conference Finals and all too as well. So it's just I don't have high belief in all too as well. I am part of the hate brigade that doesn't believe that Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson on your starting five can defend you to the finals and all too as well. I get the whole Mikal Bridges there. I get the whole OG and Anobi thing too as well. Maybe if they were starting Mitchell Robinson, you had Cat starting and then OG Anobi, Mikal Bridges, then Jalen Brunson. I buy it. That is an adjustment that they can do in the playoffs, so I'll be fair there at least and all. But it's just the way they're currently constituted, the way Mike Brown runs their team and all. I just have a hard time taking them seriously and all too as well. But we'll see. We'll see. Things to what I give Tips credit last year and all, he did not play the same defense that he played against the C's throughout the regular season. Huge difference there and all too as well. Took Cat out the drop and all too as well. Got him play up a little bit more on the season. Like I said, weren't healthy. They weren't healthy, but I feel like they still didn't adjust well to that too as well. So that's credit to the Knicks at least on too as well. If they have the same type of formula there, then I'll buy in going into the playoffs and all too as well. But just based on their regular season and how they look, it's just hard to take them seriously moving forward, at least and all too as well. But definitely, I've always said this about the Knicks going with their team. Definitely have the most talent, if not the best talent, in the Eastern Conference and all too as well. There is a team in the bottom end of the East that may have the second best and all. We'll get to them and all too as well. Just going over the standings and all too as well. But yeah, just not high belief. Not like how the Pistons are winning without Kate Cunningham, how they were winning without their guys to start the season and all too as well. It's just and obviously they've been top five in defense all season and all too as well. I just heard the Knicks got themselves up to the top 10, top five category, and then have been sliding down through their current stretch and all too as well. So I don't know. They just have a high. They're very volatile. I would argue at least in all too as well. They did have a losing streak or some type of losing run in the mid half of the season, all after they won the NBA Cup. I won't judge them there because it does seem to be a little like NBA Cup malaise after champion wins at least and all too as well. So I'll be fair to them there. But this stretch here, when the Pistons lose Kate Cunningham, have been playing well. You got the Hawks. Oh, let me just slow down. I want to give a chance to each team at least not too as well. We just have some other teams that have dealt with um, worse scenarios and all too as well. Not where I don't want to put it there like that, but well, let's say tougher adversity and all too as well, and have been playing better than the Knicks over the last 5 to 7, 8 games or so, and all too as well. So that's just where my worry sits in and all too as well. They're very volatile. They got high talent and all too as well, but just see how it goes and all too as well. If they were defensively consistent all season like they were last year, maybe I would believe in them that they can do the same thing they did last season and all too as well. But I think that's what really bothers me about them. They're not really a great defensive team, and they don't have the defense. Their five players aren't so defensively talented as some other teams and all too as well. The Pistons may not be as talented as like maybe 3, 4 teams in the Eastern Conference, but that team can play team defense and all too as well. So that's why I can trust them a bit more, even with their lack of scoring and all too as well. So that's my thing with the Knicks. I don't want to sit here and be a hater and all, just being making an analysis type of thing and all too as well. The Cavs are cool. I'm not gonna lie. I like the whole James Harden pickup and all too as well. It's hard for me to take them seriously this season, making a run and all too as well. James Harden has his questions. Donovan Mitchell can explode, but how long can he hold that is my issue and all too as well. So that's where we'll see and all too as well. He keeps having a groin injury here, hamstring injury there, in the playoffs over the last couple of years and all too as well. So I'm just curious if this is the year how he can stay consistent and all too as well. James Harden's cool for the whole Jared Allen and the Evan Mobleys and all too as well. I like the Dennis Schroeders and the Keon Ellis pickups at the trade deadline and all too as well. But I don't know if they have that recipe now to pull this thing off for a long run and all too as well. So I got my questions there too as well. But starting from here, I got some. There's some scary teams in the bottom end of the Eastern Conference that can sit there and be in the second round, if not the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm not gonna front. I may not be. I like the number ones and the number twos, the number threes and the number fours. I'm a little iffy on. But like 5, 6, 8, I don't know. I don't know. So let me get into it. Hawks have been playing great. They were playing bad teams, so I wasn't taking them seriously. Then they beat my Celtics, and I'm always gonna take that a little seriously, emotionally, mostly. But but they played well against the Seas after the Seas beat them at the Garden and all too as well. I think that the Seas beating the Hawks at the Garden was like the first time in 5 games where in that series someone finally won a home game and all too as well. And then the Hawks shared in that with a great win there and all too as well. But I'll give a shout out to a man that joined this show and all too as well on Twitter and all. I'm giving some love to Nikhil Alexander and all. He's played great. Jalen Johnson has been a revelation for them to trade Trey Young. Kind of called for it last year, but they pulled it off and all. They've been on a run ever since and all. Did they have a last 10? Yeah, 8-10 over the last 10. They've won their last 3. Like I mentioned, I think that loss against the Celtics was their last loss. They did have some weak competition, so like I said, it was hard for me to take them seriously. But they beat the Celtics there. There was another game that was pretty close by them. Trying to remember outside of the C's game, the Pistons game. They had a great game. The Pistons game, maybe in the beginning you couldn't take them seriously. They didn't have Kate Cunningham there and all, but they had a big lead there. The Pistons came back. I think they held them off in an overtime game and all too as well. So they looked good. They've beaten teams that they're supposed to. The last bad loss I'm seeing here was against the Rockets and all too as well, who are a Bonnie and not Bonnie and Clyde, my bad, but a Jekyll and Hyde type of team right now and all too as well. I can't wait to get to the Western Conference and all too as well. But the Hawks are a cool team and all. I just feel like I don't feel their talent on the team. I like Jalen Johnson. I mentioned Neil Alexander Walker and all too as well. Dyson Daniels, I'm a big fan of. Okongwu has really found his shot and all too as well. But I'm not scared of the talent, of the extra talent they got around there and all too as well. So that's my only worry there. There are 2 other teams. I do take them seriously to make like a second round run. It wouldn't surprise me if the Hawks, as a 5 seed facing the Cavs as a 4 seed, beat them. Like it wouldn't surprise me if the Hawks beat the Knicks too and all, if they're playing around defensively and all too. So that's the only thing I'm knocking on the Knicks and all, just to make sure. I'm not trying to be no hater and all too as well. But yeah, I like the way they play. They got Jalen Johnson playing up and down the court. They play defense and all too as well. Dyson Daniels could have won Defensive Player of the Year last year with his steal stats and all too as well. So I really like their team, their makeup and all too as well. Jalen Johnson has flown. I'm trying to remember their 4. Who's their like power forward of their team? I don't know if Jalen Johnson plays that. And they got someone else playing like 3 or something like that. But really like their team and all. It's just their lack of talent is the only reason why I want to be I'm not too high on them. They're like as the teams from like 5 to 10, I would think can make a run at least and all to the Eastern Conference Finals at least. And I don't think any of these. Well, there is one of these teams that can go to the NBA Finals. I'll be fair there. Out of these 5 to 10 teams, they'll sparkle up at least too as well. But the Hawks are one of them. I think they're the lower end of it just because I think they lack talent. At least in all too. So they got a great. I think Quinn Snyder is a great coach and all too as well. At the beginning there, it was looking pretty bad, but he's figured it out and all too as well. Maybe minus Trey Young. We'll see if that's really been the case and all too as well. But um, but but yeah, the Hawks look solid and all too as well. Can make a scare and all too as well, but not too confident compared to maybe 2 other teams from 5 to 10 and all too as well. 6 are the Sixers, and yeah, they are one of those teams that I would say outside of the Knicks are probably the most talented team in the Eastern Conference and all too as well. They got Joel Embiid, you got Tyrese Maxey, you got VJ Edgecombe, you got Paul George. It's pretty talented. I can't lie there and all too as well. But will it be all cozy up and ready to go? You know what I mean? When the playoffs started and all too as well, I got my huge questions there clearly and all too as well. We'll see. They played well. Paul George finally came back from his 25-game suspension from PED use apparently and all too as well. Who's better, Paul George or Tiger Woods right now? And all too as well. Yeah, I had to slide in the Tiger Woods joke real quick, but yeah, they've looked good. I think he dropped 39 points his last game against Washington. Like I said, Bam Adebayo dropped 83 points. That was the same team he dropped that 83 points and all too as well. 40 free throws and all too as well. So those are the Washington Wizards and all too as well. Even I anticipated Jason Tatum's first game would have been against the Washington Wizards over the Dallas Mavericks, right? Over the Dallas Mavericks and all too as well. So, but yeah, the Sixers are just super talented and all too as well. It's just a matter of them being healthy and all. Nick Nurse is an experienced coach. I don't like him as a coach. Kind of soured over him, but obviously he's a what's it called? An experienced coach. Guy's been there before. Won one. He's got a ring on his finger and all too as well. So, but super talented. Can they just stay healthy? Are they is everything in rhythm and time and all too as well to make go for a run at least and all too as well. Sixers Knicks would be an awesome first round series again. Happened like 2-3 years ago and all too as well. So that'd be dope to see again at least and all too as well. But to be real, I would be real. I can't like the Detroit Pistons are just a good cohesive unit at least and all too as well. The Celtics are more about coaching and the Jays or Jaylen Brown until Jason Tatum came back and all too as well. Knicks talent. Cavs got talent too. Um, I should put the Cavs up there too as well. You got Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, Evan Mobley there too as well. Maybe if Darius Garland was no, it'd be just Darius Garland for James Harden also. The Sixers have like four legit dudes. Maybe I would have put in there VJ Edgecombe didn't step out the way he has this season. Their top three rookie there and all too, the top three pick rookie there and all too as well. But yeah, they just got the talent there. Number 7, I don't take the Raptors seriously. Oh, let me scroll a little bit. Let me help out the screen a little bit. No, let's do it like this. Word. Um, yeah, the Raptors. I don't know. I haven't really watched them this year. I'm not even gonna lie. Well, outside the Celtics games and all too as well. Um, they're cool though. You got your individual players. You got Scotty Barnes. You got Bi. On paper, you think they got some cool talent. I'm not sure if RJ Barrett's playing and all too as well right now. You got Manuel quickly there. I'm not sure if Jakob Porto's playing there or he's there. I'm just not sure if he's playing because of injury and stuff of that nature and all too as well. So, but I'm kind of off on them. Who did that? Dejounte Murray had a moment where he's on ironically he was coming back. He's coming back from an Achilles injury too as well. Similarly to Jason Tatum and all too as a longer portion. I think his surgery was in February of last year. Came back in February of this year and all too as well. But yeah, the moment where they were playing the Raptors, he came back from his injury and all, doing a little his dribble thing, hit a big shot over him or over Jamal Shed, I should say, up the Toronto Raptors and all. Did this whole talking back to him, taunting him type shit and all too as well. And the Raptors team outside, I think Emmanuel quickly did nothing for the homeboy and all too as well. Be fair, bench guys can't come off or bench players can't come off the bench current situations like that. But you would think somebody in the starting unit, or at least the team, the four other players around the court would have, just done something, something at least and all too as well. But yeah, nothing happened there. So yeah, the Raptors. I don't know. I just have my questions with the Raptors. I know they did something after, like some type of brouhaha. I'm not gonna say like a true brouhaha, but something like that went down at least, and also. And then they stepped up and made it look all tough and all too as well. But I just have my questions still and all too as well about the Raptors. So they're cool, but they wouldn't be one of the teams I think can make a run. Number 8 is the team I'm currently scared of at this moment and all too as well, and the way they're playing. And now they're the way they're sitting at the 8th seed and all, and the Charlotte Hornets and all. I'm very nervous and all too as well. My running thing with them, you got how much time I'm going? Wow, I'm going to that. But you got 5 guys that are over 6'7". You got 3 guys that can score 20, maybe 4, but you got 2 other guys that can, you got 2 guys that can drop 30 in any given night and all too as well. They're physical. They can play defense and all too as well. Jeez, they're ridiculous. I wouldn't put them in the talent realm like I would put the Sixers and the Knicks, because at least talent's proven. Brunson proven. OG Anunoby I'm not sure he was a huge cog in the Toronto Raptors champion, but he's proven. Mikal Bridges, proven in the finals run and all too as well. Mitch Robinson, especially as an offensive rebounder, proven. Then you got the Sixers with Embiid, MVP, Paul George, top three MVP. Back in what I can't remember what year that was, 16, 17, 18, whatever year that was. Who else there? Tyrese Maxey, multiple-time All-Star. VJ Edgecombe, probably an All-Rookie team member, first team probably and all too as well. So outside of VJ Edgecombe at least, no, but you still got those three guys there and all too as well. And then yeah, Cavs are pretty close there too as well. But the Hornets are talented though. You got Miles Bridges there, I know. Sus guy, but talented basketball player though. Con Knipple, probably rookie of the year this year. LaMelo Ball, top dope young point guard in the league over the past couple of years and all too as well. Was he a winning player? Well, they got a winning record all of a sudden too as well, and they can't seem to stop losing going forward and all too as well. And I like this guy. I don't remember his first name, but Diabata, their center there too as well, looks like a twin version of Jalen Duren for the Detroit Pistons in my opinion. Maybe a little bit skinnier, but chiseled out, big guy. You know what I mean? Young cat too as well. Honestly, all these guys are over 6'7" and all too as well. I say two guys or three guys. I just say can drop 20 in every given night. That's LaMelo, Brandon Miller, the Con Knipple and all too as well. Two of those guys, in my opinion, can drop 30 in any given night too as well. Miles Bridges is the other guy that can maybe give you 20 there too as well. Honestly, you pick up Kobe White from the Chicago Bulls to bring off your bench too as well. A proven microwave scorer at least and all too as well. So I just love their team. They're the scariest team to me in the Eastern Conference from 5 to 10 at least and all too as well. They can win a round or two. Their inexperience is the reason why it probably won't happen, but they are playing like the Indiana Pacers did last year, and they got all the way to the NBA Finals. And a year before though, they were in the Eastern Conference Finals at least, so picked up some playoff experience and all too as well. But that's like my only concern with the Hornets and all, because even excuse me, even earlier this season they were playing below 500 record, probably 10 games below 500. They weren't playing well and all too as well, but it's been a great run since the beginning of January and all. I think their starting five is like 20 base. Let me see, because there was a time they were like 23-6. I'm not sure. I would guess like maybe 24-7 or maybe 25-7, something like that at this point. But that starting five that I mentioned, and Diabata, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, Concanipple, and LaMelo Ball. That's a 25-7 team. That's like it's close to an 800% winning percentage right there for that team and all too as well. I think they've been tops in offensive rating too as well throughout that, or not even offensive rating, and overall net rating. They've been tops in the league ever since January and all too as well. So similarly to how the Hawks have been hot throughout the past month or so, the Hornets have been just as hot throughout the past 2 months, turning I think 10 games below 500 record to 5 games above 500 record and all too as well. They have a 500 record. Yeah, they have an above 500 record away, and they have above 500 record at home too as well. Am I looking at that right? Yeah. And all too as well. 7-3 over the last 10 and all too as well. Have a 500 record against the conference too as well, and also really turned their fortunes this year and all too as well. Charles Lee, former coach of the Milwaukee Bucks and Celtics, where he won championships with both teams there and all too as well. Now is coaching that team up and all too as well. And like I mentioned too, Concanipple, not your clear rookie of the year and all. They got someone else in the Western Conference I'll probably mention before closing the NBA topics out and all too as well. But yeah, love the Hornets and all too as well. It's that you have nobody in your starting five under 6'7", and you got three guys that can drop 20 to 30 points in any given night. It's a scary thing and all too as well in my opinion. It's a great mix that you have. You have two teams in the Western Conference that kind of have that same type of flow and all. Look how dominant they are in a better conference, quote unquote, and all too as well. So, but yeah, probably my favorite, scariest team in the not my favorite because they could be facing the Celtics in the first round at least, not two as well. But if there was a team I really like that can win a first round you wouldn't expect, that's the team I would put my money on, honestly, too, as well, especially just in the Eastern Conference. It's the Hornets for sure, honestly, too, as we just don't know what to expect. Be playing free, never been there before, and all too as well. Could do something better than could be better than what the Kemba Hornets ever did, and what Larry Johnson and what Alonzo Mourning. I think they probably won the first round series once or twice back when they were played at least and all. But they have a potential. I think this team has the potential to do something like that and all too as well, especially if they're facing either the Celtics or the Pistons and all too as well. I would have more confidence in them being the Pistons um before the Cade injury and all too as well, because I didn't know if they had enough. The Pistons winning these games, being the close game against OKC on the road, just last week, I believe it was, and all too as well. Gotta have, I have great trust. I got great trust in the Pistons. They can handle the Hornets and all too as well. But if the Hornets can get up a bit more, or they see the Knicks or the Cavs in the first round, where two teams have shown inconsistencies throughout the season and all too as well, I like their chances against those type of teams and all too as well. So I'm curious if they can get up to the sixth seed and all too as well. It's a daunting task. Let me see where they at. They're a game and a half behind the Sixers and the Toronto Raptors, so it's gonna be tough. If it was just they were at the seven behind the Sixers or the Raptors, I'd be cool with. I mean, maybe I give them a chance, but with two teams tied with a game and a half and all, it's gonna be hard to get a game on somebody. With this time, maybe I mean it's hard to get two games on somebody, I should say. Maybe a game, and if you're tied, maybe things change at least now. But anything more than two games, I'm gonna be tough with. So it's gonna be tough. They're at a game and a half behind both, so it's gonna be tough, in my opinion, and all too as well. Probably the worst team in the Eastern Conference that's gonna be in the play-in or playoff scenario are the Orlando Magic and all too as well. Looks like they're falling apart. This is probably the game I'm mentioning with the Toronto Raptors where they look like a punchy team, like soft team and all, but they punched the Orlando Magic with a 31-0 run in the I think second quarter of their last game that they faced each other and all too as well. The Magic just looked distraught. Jamal Mosley and Paulo Banchero have been going back and forth and all too as well. Just looks like a team. I can't give them the injury excuse because how the Pistons have played and they lack talent, but yet they're the number one seed in the Eastern Conference and all too as well. Franz Wagner's been hurt. Paulo Banchero's been in and out throughout the season. I'm sure Jalen Suggs has been in and out throughout the season now, but it just doesn't seem like they have a consistent offensive cohesive thing going there and all too as well. I really gotta blame Jamal Mosley there and all too as well. It just seems like he had a presser the other day where I think he got booed by the by the home crowd there and all too as well. Just basically said he deserved, we said the team deserved it faithfully and all too as well. But just seems like things are falling apart there. They had a good run there where they won like 8 straight, but now I'm looking at it, they've gone 2-8 over their last 10 and all too as well. So they haven't played well. Their calling card was defense. Excuse me. Whoa. Their calling card was defense and all too as well. And it doesn't look like they're playing it and all too as well over there anymore. And they weren't a great offensive team. They added Desmond Bain to help offensively. It hasn't really helped offensively and all too as well. A big game here or there, big shot, clutch situation here or there, but nothing consistent wise and all too as well. So it doesn't look good the way they're heading, the way they're playing. Like I said, they're 2-8 over their last 10. Then the Miami Heat. As a Celtics fan, it's funny to see them at the bottom of the Eastern Conference and all too as well. But they've had a cool season this year and all too as well. I feel like they've fabricated everything. I know I brought up the 83 points. No, you think I'm talking about that, but no, I'm not talking about that with their fabrication and all too as well. But as Celtics fans, you can see in their last game against the Celtics, at least and all too as well, where they've been playing with high pace at least and all too as well. I love when Brian Scalabrine talks about them, how they have these hot starts to start the game and how they just fade out towards the rest of the game at least and all too as well. I will commend them against this game against the Celtics at least and all. They fought back in the third quarter after that first half was definitely trouncing. There we go. By the Celtics at least and all too as well. But like it's a solid team. They're cool. You know what I mean? Norman Powell didn't play in that game too as well, so I'll be fair there too. I think that he is their high leading scorer, even though they have a player that scored 83 points in a basketball game on their team and all too as well. Yeah, I'm a hater. I'm not gonna lie about that and all too as well. Just the way it was, the way they got, the way Miami set up getting that what's it called there, 83 points for Bam Adebayo is the only reason why I'm hating. You know what I mean? If you're going to do that, just might as well just go for 90 at that point. Why stop at 83? You know what I mean? If you're going to do it like that, in my opinion, and all too as well. So, but yeah, those are all your teams that are basically in the playing scenario. The Bucks, the Bulls, the Pacers, the Nets, and the Wizards have all been eliminated already and all too as well. Yeah, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not making the playoffs and all too as well. I got some questions about him being the number one player in today's NBA and all too as well. But I got all season for conversations like that and all too as well. So, but that's how we're looking at the Eastern Conference at least and all too as well. I think the Celtics are your betting favorite to win the Eastern Conference and all too as well, in a gap year and all too as well. So yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, even with the Pistons clearing the number one seed too as well, the Celtics are looking to be the betting favorite. I'm trying to think who was the betting favorite before Tatum came back. I know after Tatum came back, they've been the clear betting favorite. Could have been the Knicks before Tatum came back and all too as well. But ever since Tatum came back, I think the season's been 8-2 or 10-2 since Tatum's been back. I don't think he hasn't played in every game, but or I think he has played in every game. What game has he missed? He missed the OKC Thunder game. He missed the this past Atlanta Hawks game and all too as well. But they've basically been 10-2 since he's been back. 8-2, 10-2, 12-2, something like that. But they haven't had more than two losses since he's been back essentially and all too as well. One of them he didn't play, or both of them he didn't play. The OKC Thunder game and the Hawks game and all too as well. So, but yeah, I mean, doesn't I don't get it because he lost against the Spurs when he played and all too as well. So. I don't know. Maybe I lied. Maybe there's three losses and all too as well that he's been back and all too as well. But yeah, probably like 12-3 is the record since, or like 10-3 or something like that since he's been back and all too as well. 8-2 when he's played or something like that too as well. Honestly, so yeah. But yeah. But yeah, that's how the Eastern Conference is really looking like. And I didn't really want to talk about the Celtics as like the team in the Eastern Conference this year and all too as well. I wasn't anticipating it, but definitely looking like it and all too as well. So long spiel there in the Eastern Conference, including, me talking about the Celtics. So I'll make the Western Conference quicker and all too as well. 1, 2, 3. You got the Thunder, Spurs, and Lakers and all too as well. The Thunder and the Spurs have been your clear number ones and twos all season and all too as well. The Spurs have the Thunder have a 2-game lead on the Spurs for the number one seed in the Western Conference and all too as well. Yeah, let me. This is a game I've been interested in anyway. So give me a second. Give me a second. Got the Lakers Thunder playing right now. So I've been interested in it. I've been like delaying recording a podcast episode forever. So I just wanted to see, oh wow, they are smacking them. That is such a bad matchup. All right, I was curious about it. It's a bad matchup. So yeah, the Lakers again smack 82-51 in that game and all too. So I hate when I like low key anticipate a game throughout the day and it turns out to be a dud. And that's a dud. Everyone was playing for the Lakers too as well. So it really is a bad matchup, so never mind there. I thought my spiel I was about to get into is that the Thunder have looked vulnerable throughout the season and all too as well. I liked what the Celtics did against them in those 2 games and all. Like I mentioned, Jason Tatum and Derek White didn't play against the Thunder and all too as well. Jaylen Brown was basically carrying that team in the Imano type of game against Shea, where they lost close, but similar game in Boston. Imano game, caught Shea on a little foul, a little shoulder and all too as well, and won that game close and all too as well. So like that there, the Pistons showed a close game there. Look at the Lakers on the road against the Thunder on a dope run and all too as well. And they're sitting there getting blown out by 30 again against them and all too as well. Luka has been on a crazy streak, dropping like 40 points per game over like the last 8 games and all too as well. Now they're sitting there looking like that against the Thunder and all too as well. There are questions about their defense. I'm going to see it in real time and all too as well. Or let me say that in due time, won't be in real time. I got MLB and NFL shit to bring up at least before I close it out tonight at least and all too as well. But yeah, that was startling to see. I was actually highly anticipating that game and all too as well. But the Thunder and the Spurs look clear. The Spurs have their questions, obviously, because of experience and all. Obviously, got a high talented team and all too as well. I feel like the Thunder are at the pickings are ripe to be beaten at least and all. If that sounds right and all too as well. Like I mentioned, the seas have been tough on them. The Pistons. These games at the the Thunder have been playing over the last stretch have been close, tough games and all. Shape hit a big shot over the Denver Nuggets at home when that was a close game and all too as well. The Minnesota Timberwolves, outside the last game, those two teams played, but throughout the season they've been tough on them. The Spurs have a winning record against the Thunder this year and all too as well. So even the Suns have played them tough from the scores I've seen between those two teams and all too as well. So the Thunder have dealt with injuries this year. Jalen Williams, I don't think he's even played 30 games this year and all too as well. So J Dub, I should say, at least and all too as well. So that's the reason why I'm saying that. No different what the Celtics dealt with the year before. The Denver Nuggets dealt with the year before too as well. So I just feel like that's what they're dealing with. They're saying there were 60 wins. They got the most wins in the league at least and all too as well. So obviously they're not playing bad or anything like that too as well. I think health is what's getting them and all too as well. They're in these close games. Like the year before, when they lost in the second round against Dallas, the games that I'm seeing this regular season look similar to that season and all. Last year, they were blowing teams out clearly, at least and all too as well. So I feel like they're kind of close to the pack and all too as well. This performance against the Lakers is kind of changing my mind a little bit because I thought the Lakers would give them a game, and it's not even a game. It's not even a game, and all too as well. Like I said, the Spurs have got the winning record against them and all too as well. Only question I got the Spurs though is just experience. Victor Wembanyama has never been in the playoff series. Castle's never been one. Dylan Harper's never been one. Devin Vassell's never been one. Champagne's never been one. I believe, yeah, I believe he's never been in one. His brother was on the Celtics team in 23, so he was a part of one. But I don't think he's ever been a part of one. You got Harrison Barnes there, but he's not really a cog there. You got Carter Bryant playing now too as well. Rookie, obviously hasn't played in the playoff series and all too as well. You got D Fox there. I was kind of sold on what he could do, but after hearing that it's only just one playoff series and all, after hearing that over and over again, I'm kind of believing that maybe that's not great experience and all too as well. So Harrison Barnes, Luke Cornett's there and all too as well, obviously coming off of the runs with the Celtics over the last 2 to 3 years and all too as well. So, but those are your, Luke Cornett is a contributor there, so obviously he's in the help there. I think I saw them adding Mason Plumlee, or is that someone else? I think I saw them add Mason Plumlee. I don't want to be annoying with that. I want to make sure. Let me check that real quick. Uh, Mason Plumlee. All right, where's Mason right now? Oh, so I saw him with the Spurs. I hope that's right. All right. I mean, saw him with the Hornets. My bad, not with the Spurs. Right, 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 right. I guess. Assuming and guess at least not too as well. But I was just trying to bring up the playoff experience with the Spurs at least and all. I just saw Mason Plumlee play for somebody randomly and all too as well. So I couldn't remember if the Spurs picked him up and all too as well. But yeah, it's just the experience. You kind of let me fix the screen a little bit too as well. Can I? Can I? I can't. So let's do it this way. But as you can see who I'm talking about, the Thunder, number one, Spurs, number two, Lakers, number three, and trounced by 30 against, I want to keep saying that, at least in all two. So as a Celtics fan, I enjoy that in that sense, at least in all two as well. But yeah, like I keep saying, Thunder Spurs have been your clear number one and two. Lakers have been on a great run. How serious can you take it? I was gonna sit here and give them some credit. They're down by 30. I don't know what you want me to do. So it's hard to give them some credit there. Maybe a faux pas there and all too as well. Luka has played awesome though. Has put himself in the MVP conversation and all too as well. Like I said, been averaging over, not over, but I think he's at like 40 points a game over the last like 7 to 8 games and all too as well. So, with the conversation of them winning a championship and all, definitely took a hit tonight. I'm not even gonna lie. The get ups and the first takes and even my favorite podcast and all too as well. I'm not gonna I don't know. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna enjoy it, but the credit that the Lakers were given over the last couple weeks and all too as well. Out the window, not even gonna lie. But Denver Nuggets number four. Coming into form and all, perfect time. And Payne Watson's been back. Aaron Gordon's been back. Defensively, they don't look great, but this is the team, I'll give them credence that they stepped it up in the playoffs. They showed it last year, especially when Aaron Gordon was just healthy for them, at least in all two as well. Payne Watson stepped up huge for them this year and all two as well. So I expect that to continue throughout the playoffs and all two as well. All these guys are part of the championship team back in 23 and all two as well. They are my dangerous team of the Western Conference and all, no different from the Boston Celtics. The Spurs should be that. It's their lack of experience is why I'm not putting them there. I like them. I don't want to knock it. Victor Wembanyama, uh, like, um, Victor Wembanyama, mind me, my bad, is one of one at least in all two as well. He can do something that we've never seen before. I definitely want to leave that open in all two. I'm just knocking their lack of experience to really make a huge run, this year in the playoffs. As dope as they played, they're like 25 and 2, 26 and 2, I think, from last night's game against the Warriors and all over the last 28 games. You know what I mean, right? Like 26 and 2, 25 and 2, whatever that is, over the last 27, 28 games and all too as well. They've been awesome. 29 and 7 at home, 10 and 0 in their last 10. Another 10-game winning streak. I think that's like the second 10-game winning streak over the last 2 months and all too as well. So they've just been awesome. I don't want to knock them. It's just a lack of experience and all too as well. Certain situations, like they've probably seen the situation, but it's a higher intense atmosphere and all. Do they handle it well and all too as well? Maybe something they've never seen before too. It's just I'm just open to the fact that you need experience to really make a playoff run and all too as well. Even just like one, like the Warriors did, just needed one playoff run. They took off at least, not just one. The Thunder too. They had to lose against the who they lose to the Dallas Mavericks and all too. Look at the run they've been in over the last 2 years and all too as well. I just think it just takes that and all too as well. The Nuggets no different. Jokic became this true MVP player after the Davis shot at the bubble and all too as well. Jokic just turned into something and all too as well. Giannis losing to Kawhi Leonard after being up 2-0 and all. Same thing and all. And I can bring up the Jays with the Celtics and all too as well, losing the finals and all. 23 game away going back in the finals, 24 winning the finals and all. 25 may not, didn't get to the Eastern Conference Finals, but obviously a top end team throughout the season and all too as well. So it just takes that. I just feel like that's what the Spurs are missing and all. Like I said, Victor is one of one. Let me get that on my camera. 1-on-1 and all too as well. So he could make a huge difference and all. The man was getting taught by Monks and Kevin Garnett. That's a dope like iteration of balance that he's trying to figure out and all too as well. And plays great and all too as well. Your clear defensive player of the year. The man sitting there in the MVP conversation with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander because his team is 2 games away of taking the number 1 seed in the Western Conference and all too as well. So, but yeah, it's just their lack of experience and all too as well. Stephon Castle's been awesome this year and all. Looks like his shot is a bit better. I'm not gonna say it's there yet, but he's had a couple 40-point games and all. Dylan Harper is no different from Cooper Flag and the Concanipple and all too as well. Is just playing on a great team and all too as well. So his stats suffer in that sense, but a great talent that they got over there. I've been a fan of Carter Bryant. Just seems like he's getting more minutes the more I watched him over the last stretch and all too as well. And also no Luke Cornett, but they'll have him back and all. But think by the playoffs and all. Got De'Aaron Fox there too as well. They got a headband thing going and all too as well. So they're really bringing it every night and all too as well. I do wonder too, are they peaking right now? And can they play? Can this continue in the playoffs and all too as well when things are adjusted and you're seeing someone again and again and again and again, and if it continues after 4 games again and again and again and again. So that's just my worry there. Can they handle the whole playoff experience type of thing? It's just really my worry with the Spurs. They got it all. They got the they got the one-on-one guy with a team full of talented young players and all too as well. With a couple guys who have won a championship in Harrison Barnes and Luke Cornett, and with a guy who's performed at least in the playoffs and De'Aaron Fox and all too as well. So it's just my experience is my only question with the Spurs going forward and all too as well. That's where I stop at 4. So yeah, I'm supposed to continue this thing. I'm going back to the Spurs, but the Nuggets are the scariest team or dangerous team, I should say, in the Western Conference to me, outside the Thunder and all too as well. You got the Rockets at number 5. Like I was just dissing Ime Udoka before, when I was spieling about the Celtics and all too as well. Come on, I got nothing good to say there too as well. What's it called? I think it's like 14 blown double-digit fourth quarter leads for the Houston Rockets this year and all. I think it's something like that, or like 3 and 14 or something like that. It's a ridiculous stat, and it's a sad stat too as well, honestly. So really no faith there. They're not the same defensive team either. I think they're still top 10 in defensive rating, but they were like tops last year and all. I'm not really seeing it this year and all too as well. So not really high on them. Got the T-Wolves at number 6. Um, Jekyll and Hyde type of team and all too as well. They fit the dangerous category and all. They shown to beat the Nuggets at least and all too as well. Never in a series against the Thunder, so I can't give them too much credit there. They looked good against the Thunder this season, so we'll see there too as well. They've won games without Anthony Edwards during this last stretch that you can be impressed by too as well, honestly. So we'll see. They're a Jekyll and Hyde type of team and all too as well. So we'll see there. Phoenix Suns, I did like now. Okay, okay, yeah. Now let me stop real quick. These six teams that I just mentioned, at least in all, are I think your only championship contenders in the Western Conference. I'm looking at 7 to 10. Yeah. Like maybe I could see a team, like I said, from 5 to 10 making an Eastern Conference Finals run, and the Eastern Conference Finals from 7 to 10. I see nobody making the Western Conference Finals and all too as well. Maybe number 8, maybe I'll get to them, but I'm not too confident about it and all too as well. So, but number 7 are the Phoenix Suns. Um, I don't know if it's them or the number 8 team. I'm gonna say it's the scariest team out of this. Um, I feel like if the Suns face the Spurs in the first round, people would be surprised how close that series would look. I still pick the Spurs to win it, but I think the Suns would make noise. I don't feel as strongly as I'm winning a first round series that I did before. So that's why maybe the number 8 team in the Clippers are probably the scariest team and all. They had Ben Mathurin at the trade deadline. They had Darius Garland and all. I mentioned James Harden. Yep, he formerly played for the Clippers. Is now playing for the Cavs. The Cavs got rid of Darius Garland and sent him over to the Clippers. No, he's looks pretty good over there. I'm not gonna lie. And all too as well. Ben Mathurin too as well. Looks pretty interesting over there too as well. Kawhi Leonard, All NBA player. I say All NBA player this year and all too as well. Has looked good this year when he's played out there too as well. Um, I still don't believe they can make the Western Conference Finals and all, but beat the Thunder in the first round. I'd be surprised, you know what I mean? So that's just my thing. Yeah, it's hard to make anybody scary here, like I can do in the Eastern Conference at least and all too as well. But they're can they make an interesting series if they face the Spurs in the first round too as well? Yeah, the Clippers at least on two as well. I don't think either of these teams can beat the Thunder. I think the Suns can make more of a series with the Thunder than the Clippers at least on two as well. But there's no scariness to them, unfortunately. If they're facing the Thunder and the Spurs and all too as well. Um, the Clippers may have more experience there against the Spurs at least. No, you got Ty Lue, you got Kawhi there, but I don't think it's enough. Maybe if they kept Zubac there and James Harden there, maybe I'll have more confidence against the Spurs there with the experience thing. But I don't see enough there. Suns are a young team too as well. You still got Devin Booker there, but everyone else is young. Dylan Brooks should be back in time uh, to at least participate. Yeah, I'm about to start losing my voice and all too as well. Probably need a swig of water, but still though. But yeah, the Suns and the Clippers fit that scary category and all, but I just don't think they have enough fire punch to make any type of noise to beat the Thunder or the Spurs in the first round scenario if they won their playing scenarios and continue forward and on the Blazers and the Warriors and all too as well. Just shows how weak the Western Conference is from basically from 10, yeah, from 10 down. I think 8 and 9 are weak compared to what the Hornets are in the Eastern Conference and all too as well. Um, Clippers are kind of that, but I just don't think it's enough fire punch and all too as well. But that's how weak the Western Conference. Look at where I basically have to stop at 6. The Suns are cool. I don't want to diss the Suns. The Suns have been the cool team and all too as well. Jordan Ott fits the whole coach of the year type of scenario too as well with Joe Mazzulla, JB Bickerstaff and all too as well. Mitch Robinson obviously with the Spurs and all too as well. Anyone else I'm sleeping on? It's probably someone else I'm sleeping on too as well with coach of the year at least. Just Redick too. But this 30-point loss ain't gonna help. I'm loving that. That's happening while I'm live right now too as well. So, but that's basically the whole landscape of the NBA and all too as well. Yep, another year where the Eastern Conference is deeper than the Western Conference and all. But hey, apparently I don't know anything at least and all too as well. But still got 2 weeks left in the regular season and all too as well. Like I said, I haven't recorded in like so long. I even forgot how this feels and all too as well. So definitely just want to catch up on how the NBA is over the past 2 months since the last I recorded at least and all. I feel like I'm pretty caught up there. Other news in the NBA and all, you got Jaden Ivey acting all not weird, but strong. I think, lack of a better word, at least and all too as well. I get the whole sentiment. I'm inclusive. I'm not trying to be all, this and this. It's extra than me. But I get the belief thing and all too as well. Grew up Christian, Catholic and all too as well, so I get all that and all too as well. But kind of caused up a stir the way he, articulated it through IG Live and all too as well. The Bulls waived him and all too as well. So that's an interesting story. We'll see how it develops. People think he won't come back. I disagree. Um, I like how someone mentioned we've seen guys commit domestic violence and all, and they're back, Miles Bridges and all too as well. So there's always room for what's it called, their forgiveness and all too as well. Ironically, I'm saying that and all too as well. And he's a young cat too as well. Just had a bad injury last year. The guy broke his leg basically for the Pistons last year and all too as well. So I look at the guy as just more depressed than anything. Can't get back on the court the way he wants to and all too as well, either physically or mentally and all too as well. So I just look at it more of a mental health issue and all too as well. I hope he finds the help that he's looking for, if I'm being honest and all too as well. So, but yeah, I mentioned Kate Cunningham with the lung collapse and all too as well. So we'll see when he gets back and all too as well. I'm trying to think of anything major. I mean, I mentioned Paul George coming back from a 25 game. What's it called there? 25 game suspension from his PED use, apparently, and all too as well. So, Giannis and Antetokounmpo and the Bucks are fighting about playtime. He wants to play. They don't want him to play. I don't blame the Bucks. He keeps getting hurt. So why would you want to play? And we're eliminated from the playoffs and all too as well. So we can't. There's nothing there and all too as well. Western Conference big news can I think of? Besides the Lakers losing by 30, to the Thunder and all too as well. I mentioned the Rockets keep blowing big fourth quarter leads, even though they've kept a couple over the last couple of games. And all just a little joke I have for Emi Udoka and all too as well. Curry should be back from his injury and all too as well for the Warriors going forward. Sometime, I would say sometime this weekend, if not next week, and all too as well. Just trying to think. I don't think I got anything else for the NBA and all too as well. So we'll be transitioning topics, it looks like, from this point. Would like to say, please press on the subscribe button, like, share. If you guys are watching on the YouTube side and all, if you guys are on the podcast platforms that like Apple, Spotify, and Overcast, please leave us a rating. Add us to your library for any past, present, and future episodes and all too as well. Yeah, I forgot about doing a little promo and all too as well. But next topic, unfortunately, because like I said, this is like I said, like how long ago? An hour plus an hour and change ago. It's the start of season 3 of the Hype Bulletin podcast and all too as well. We're be covering the NBA and all with the Boston Celtics going into their playoff run in a couple weeks and all too as well. After that, with the NBA season ending or the Celtics season, however that ends and where my emotions are, I guess at that point, we'll be going into the MLB season when checking in the Boston Red Sox and all too as well, which I'll unfortunately be doing right now because they are horrible right now. Let's get a Google thing going. Yeah, set up my computer where Bing is the new search engine when I first search for something, and I'm not a fan. I haven't changed it yet. Eventually, and all too as well. So what we doing? We doing Red Sox. Hey. Got the was it the Padres coming to Fenway tomorrow afternoon and all too as well. So at least I got something to pay attention to tomorrow afternoon while I'm at work and all too as well. But they have played horrible outside of Game 1 where Garrett Crochet was awesome. I think we saw Garrett Whitlock pitch. Was it? Yeah, we saw Slayton, Garrett Whitlock, and Chapman pitch and all too as well. The team wasn't striking out as much. Got a couple runs on the board, and hey, got yourself a win. Ever since then, it's been pretty bad ever since. And I'm trying to remember Game 2 of the season. Who pitched? Sonny Gray pitched Game 2. Yeah, because he's pitching tomorrow and all too as well. I'm a little nervous about it, but he had an okay game, I think. Let me just go over the schedule and all this fun stuff with the Sox. I'm going to keep it short about them. They're depressing me right now. Can't even watch a game right now. I can't even make it through a baseball game right now. But I'm trying to remember Game 2. Game 2. Lost it. So, yeah. There we go. Yeah, that was a good game at least. And all too. Sonny Gray started bad, but was able to figure it out and all too as well. The Sox were just down going into the top of the ninth where Willie Abreu hit a skyrocket of a home run and all too as well. No, not same as the Artemis that just went to the moon yesterday evening at least and all too as well. But yeah, had a high fly ball deep to right, tied the game, sent it over the extra innings and all too as well. But I think it was Slayton on the mound that gave up a couple hits, if not like gave up an out that moved the runner because now there's a ghost runner now in baseball. So if you go into extra innings, at least in the regular season, they put someone at second base at least and all too as well. So I know he gave up a out that moved the runner and all, and gave up a hit to the left, to left field and all too as well to give up the or maybe a sac fly it was to give up the lead in the game eventually in that game. Game three was dope. Conley early was awesome and all too as well. I think he went six. Let me check real quick. Let's do all that. I think he went 6 innings. Conley early. Went 5 and a third. He went into the sixth at least and all too as well. Greg Weiser blew another game for a young pitcher. I don't know if it was, it was Ping Tully's first start where Greg Weiser blew it there too as well. Maybe blew Connie Early's first Fenway Fenway Park start too as well. It was one of the two that he blew the start. But Greg Weiser did it again, blew the game and all too as well. Good pitched game, at least in all two as well. The Red Sox offense, I don't know where it is, even though they scored 5 runs in game 2, at least in all two as well. The Houston series is this where it gets bad, at least in all two as well. But let's see, did they strike out a lot? Did they show here? No, they just show walks and stuff. They don't show negative stuff, do they? But let me see the Reds pitching. There was 7 strikeouts against the Reds on Sunday. Because it wasn't bad. This is my thing about the Red Sox offense. They keep striking out. What's game 1 of the season? Because game 1 wasn't bad. I remember watching it. It's like, okay, they got contact. Let's see. Maybe later in the game it picked up at least. No, we got 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 strikeouts. Maybe game 2 is what I'm thinking. Let me see. Give me a moment. Before I get into this Houston series, because this Houston series was god awful. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe where they scored runs, there wasn't so many strikeouts. Nope. Striking out a whole bunch. That's the extra inning game too. So let's just go into the Houston game because it's pretty bad. How many times did they strike out against the Stros? Right? McCullers. This was last game? This is the last game or the Monday? In the Monday game, he got 9 strikeouts. So, all right. The starting pitchers, I guess, weren't getting the strikeouts, at least, in the Reds series. That's why I'm looking at it differently, at least, because I'm not seeing a Red starter have more than 5 strikeouts. But you got Lance McCullers in game 1 against these Houston Astros, 9 strikeouts. And I believe in game 2 was Hunter Brown. And Hunter Brown's like a Cy Young, caliber type of pitcher and all, too, as well. How many strikeouts did he have? He only had 2. No, that's the Red Sox, I'll say. No, I know. I remember I was watching it. Hunter Brown had 8 strikeouts in that game and all too as well. And who pitched for the Astros on Wednesday? Who was it? Yeah, Burrows. Mike Burrows had 6 of them. Like random young guy and all too as well. I think came from Milwaukee or something like that. Right? Is that where he pitched last season and all? Is that what they were talking about? Hold up. I just want to know. The Pirates. Yeah, he's playing for the Pirates. Yeah, the Pirates last season and all too. I know it was like I know they were mentioning NL, NL Central team and all too as well. But, bruh, the starting pitching of the Houston Astros basically just struck out the whole lineup and all too. And then you got Yordan Alvarez? Yeah, Yordan Alvarez with no RBIs in the final game. In the final game of the series and all too as well. But then because their pitching is getting strikeouts, while your pitching, with Garrett Crochet incled, is not giving up shit. All right, I'll leave the whole Yordan Alvarez thing alone. The guy just had all right, let me look here. He had 5 RBIs over 2 games. Let's see. 2 RBIs in game 2. And then, what was game 1? No, he had a bunch of RBIs. Game 1, he had another 2 RBIs. He had 4 RBIs in 2 games. They finally figured it out. Garrett Crochet and the others kind of figured it out. Garrett Crochet ended up hitting him. And I think his third at bat of that game in game 3, at least in all 2 as well. But I've been all over the place in all 2, so this thing's not centered the way I like it. But Sox have been god awful. They can't pitch. Well, I don't want to blame the pitching too much. They can't defend again. You got Trevor Story with a topspin ball, can't catch it in the first inning. That's why Garrett Crochet's given up runs in the first inning, in my opinion, and all 2. And then you got Trevor Story again with a bad throw. I think in the Conley early start. And all 2 as well, it's just bad defense. And all 2, I'm trying to think if any. Yeah, it's Trevor Story, unfortunately, with the bad defense. And all 2, then you got Jarren Duran in a late inning situation. I think in the in the late game. No, late game situation in game 3 where Connor Lilly lost that game and all 2 as well, where he gets picked off at first base and all. In a situation where you get him in the tying run. for the team at least and all too as well. So it's like continued stuff from last season, unfortunately, and all too as well. Now I'm not jumping off like no like cliff or anything like that. 6 games, they're 1-5. You better get hot. I'll tell you that and all too as well. But there's no excuses. I don't even have excuses. I'm kind of annoyed with Alex Correa the way he's got this team all prepared this season and all too as well. It's just a mirror image of how they looked to start the season last year and all too as well. You can't tell me that Bregman would have made a difference and all too as well. They looked the same with last year and all. Bregman was low key hitting. Yeah, Bregman was hitting before he got hurt with the whole oblique thing in June and all too as well. So even with Bregman hitting and all too as well, they looked this bad. Yeah, Rafael Devers had an 0-19 start last year too as well. It's just the same thing that you're looking at with Durbin, with his slow start this year and all too. So I'm a fan. I like him. You can see him pressing. You see Roman Anthony pressing. Man went 0 for 4 with like 3 strikeouts. You had to sit him. You had to sit in the last game of the series against the Astros and all, where kind of worked out. He hit a home run and all too as well. And I didn't even watch the end of that game. I didn't get to see it because just pitiful baseball that I'm watching over the first 6 games and all too as well. Game 1 was dope. Game 3 too. It was pretty dope. Connor Lilly was awesome and all too. Of a game, the Stros game was like the Anaheim series against the Angels last year and all too as well. Just kind of in May last year, I couldn't watch that. It's just way too much bad baseball. So there's a little blame pie thing and all too. I don't know how you can blame Breslow and all too as well. It's like you said he got a number 2 guy, he paid the guy. You know what I mean? So that's the number one thing for me, honestly. I don't know how you can sit here and blame Breslow with this team. I blame Cora. Like it's another season. Like, these guys are playing like shit. Your best hitter was playing like shit last year. Now you got your best hitter playing like shit again this year. I can't be sitting here blaming Breslow for that type of shit, honestly, too, as well. Can't even, you're playing so bad you can't even use the best part of your bullpen. You're using the bad part of your bullpen because you're not pitching. Maybe the Greg Weisser part is a good point, honestly, too, as well. Man, why can't they just put Tully there? But I get the whole thing, too, as well. You got what's it called there? Build him up as a starter. That's the plan, at least, all too, as well. But we'll see. We'll see. We got opening day tomorrow. Can't go long about it. We got nothing positive to talk about. At least the Patriots are giving you something to talk about after that Super Bowl loss and all too as well. But like I said, 6 games in out of 162 and all too as well. So plenty of time and all too as well. I guess your concern levels are with Ranger Suarez, honestly, because apparently he's not at a build-up. He's not at a build-up point. You're seeing it in the WBC, and now you're seeing it in the first game, his first start of the season, I should say, and all too as well. I'm not worried about the hitters. Everyone's pressing. Even Marcelo Meyer looked pretty good and all too as well. Trevor Story, I can argue, is pressing. He's looked bad defensively. He's pressing and all too as well. Caleb Durbin's obviously pressing. Wilson Contreras obviously what's it called? They're pressing and all too as well. Willie Abreu is the only guy that looks comfortable, and he had a great WC, so there's no reason for him to lack any type of confidence right now too as well. But it just seems like the whole starting lineup is just pressing and all too as well. Carlos Narvaez was a late scratch, and apparently it's coming off weird with the way it's being reported and all too as well. So, wouldn't be a Red Sox season without drama and all too as well. 162, you expect drama here and there anyway, but kind of early for it and all too as well. But my solace for it though is the way the Pirates looked in the first game against the Mets, and they found a way to be 3-3, and Paul Skeens looked great, and Ono Cruz is hitting home runs for them and all too as well. So that's my solace to how the Sox are looking. It's way early. It's plenty of time for it. They looked just as bad in 2 months last year and all too as well. It took bringing up 2 young guys and going on a 10-game win streak to change fortunes last year and all too as well. So definitely early. I'm not going to overreact and all too as well. I'll keep my time with them short. I'll be building up more time with them once the NBA season ends and all too as well. They'll be the talk of the summer. Will the Sox be ruining it, or will they be gifting me it? I was going to make a trip to St. Louis, and I got great news about a cousin getting accepted into an institution. Don't want to get too excited yet because we got a checklist. We got to do a checklist and all too as well. Wink, wink. But yeah, I was gonna go to a St. Louis game or go to a game in St. Louis to watch the Sox and all. And I don't really got the motivation to be watching bad baseball, bro. And then I'm wasting money just to go. No, I don't got time for it. We'll save it for another time and all too as well when it looks different. Maybe, if they sweep the Padres this weekend, maybe I feel different about it and all too as well. But we'll see. We'll see. That's game 6 out of 162. So, but let me talk about something that I haven't been avoiding, but was pretty bad when that happened too as well, honestly. Um, I would say it was worse than the first 6 games of the Red Sox season for sure, honestly. But let's get this score up here real quick. We'll talk about this game real quick. Real shit. Since we're finally back on. Patriots versus Seahawks, where the Patriots lost in a horrible fashion in the Super Bowl against the Seahawks, like I mentioned, 29-13, and all two as well for Christian Gonzalez. I don't know what that score could have been, and all two as well. We're probably looking at a Denver Bronco Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl and all two as well for Christian Gonzalez and all two as well. But it's easy to say, after watching that game and all two as well. Talent superseded in that game and all two as well. Will Campbell and Jared Wilson, but that's why I say it's more of a talent gap than more of a experience gap and all two as well when it comes to Will Campbell and Jared Wilson and all two as well, because that Seahawks D line ate that left side up, ate it up. So hard to watch and all two as well. And the fact that the Pats were overcompensating and all two as well. I think it was Devin Witherspoon who had his great, what's it called there? Great blitzes and all two as well for the right side of the line and all two as well, because you had to overcompensate the left side so much. Kind of put some guys, guys like Morgan Moses and Michael Owenu, and even their center there, Gary Bradbury, in bad situations and all too as well. So that's why I say the talent gap was huge there. It wasn't experience, just the talent gap. So as well. Apparently Will Campbell was dealing with an injury. We'll see if that really was the issue and all too as well. With the whole bull rush, oh wow, I really just did all that. But with the whole bull rush and all too as well that he was dealing with, I can buy the whole knee thing. Everything else, I don't know anymore. So we'll definitely see how that goes going forward and all too as well. They did make a move. Well, we'll talk about the moves. Let's just talk about the game real quick. Drake May looked awful. Don't know if he was seeing ghosts or anything like that too as well. I get it. The man had no time. The man couldn't even get 2 seconds of the football and all too as well. The Pats had no effective screen game too as well to really help things out. First drive they were able to run the football with Ramondre Stevenson, but not much after that, honestly, and all too as well. So definitely bad everything on the offensive side and all. Diggs never got open. Kayshon Boutte never got open. Mac Hollins got open on a broken play by the Seahawks defense and all to help you get a touchdown in that score and all too as well. But nothing got going. Hunter Henry had a chance to make a big play early to maybe help the offense a bit, dropped it and all too as well. Just wasn't a good game offensively for the Pats, period, in that game. I think they didn't have any points. I believe they didn't have any points going into halftime. I think they only had like 3 points midway through the third quarter too as well, and then they finally picked up some points, as you can see with the final score there soon after and all too as well. But even though you see 25 points by the Seahawks, it was a great game by the defense. The defense was the reason why this was a football game the whole time. Millen Williams had his moments where he could have some big sacks and all, but missed out and all. Like I started with this, Christian Gonzalez was definitely awesome in this game the whole time from the beginning to the end. Probably played so well. Maybe that's why JSN got hurt. I'm not saying he hurt him, but JSN never looked like himself and all too as well in that game. Maybe he was hurt before. Who knows? But Christian Gonzalez shut him down big time. One thing about the defense, though, they weren't able to shut down Kenneth Walker. They shut him down early to start. If I was able to do a preview show before the Super Bowl, I would have thought JSN would have been the guy I would have been worried about going into the Super Bowl. After watching some film, it looked like Kenneth Walker was the guy I was worried about, and he ended up being the guy to be worried about into that Super Bowl and all too as well. So, big congratulations to the Seahawks and all too. So they got their revenge from the 2014 Super Bowl and all too as well. So, but yeah, talent just superseded the Pats there too as well. Defense did their best to hold on, but they're going to hold on. Kenneth Walker was able to find his floodgates in the middle of the second quarter, and they took over from there, honestly. He took over, I should say, from there. And as you can see, as you see, if you watch the game, won MVP based on his performance and all, too, as well. So, dope season for the Pats. Bad ending, You can argue, would you prefer to lose against the Texans or the Broncos and losing this? No. I'll definitely take the win over the Broncos in Denver. We can change fortunes in that sense, at least and all too as well. So, but no, you take the experience for Drake May winning his first 3 playoff games and all too as well. Lost the biggest one out of the 4, at least and all too as well. But first 2 seasons in the league, and you make the Super Bowl. could be anything but up at this point too as well. You've seen who's lost in the Super Bowl recently and went back and won, besides Mahomes. You got Jalen Hurts doing it. I remember someone else doing it too as well. I'm sleeping on it. A team that lost and went back. You got the Chiefs that have done it. You know what I mean? But the Eagles just recently did it and all too as well. Thinking about it. Can't think. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. Right, 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 right. Trying to think, Jared Goff never went back. You know what I mean? He went to the Super Bowl, never went back, and all too as well. Just thinking, Joe Burrow never went back either, and all too as well. So we'll see in that front how the experience thing helps with Drake May at least, and all too as well. But I do like the move that they did this offseason, all too as well. They added Romeo Dobbs at the wide receiver position. They picked up a tight end. I'm sleeping on his name right now from the Miami Dolphins and all. Apparently a pass catching type of guy too as well that can block and all. Austin Hooper was just a pass catcher. He wasn't a blocker, which kind of took away from the Titans' spot, in my opinion, though, too, as well. Put too much pressure on Hunter Henry, and you kind of saw it in the playoffs. And he had some big drops in the beginning of games. In the first drive, he'll have some big drops. I feel like against the Broncos he had one, against the Texans he had one. Maybe he had to catch against the Texans, but dude, he had a big drop against the Seahawks when the first drive at least was moving, and he kind of to me he slowed it down with dropping that ball over the middle, catchable ball, like maybe a little high, but catchable for him and all too as well. So, but he kind of added there at the tight end there. Um, Lost Kevin Chase on, who was big for them in the playoff run. Picked up Ernest Jones. And I mentioned Romeo Dobbs. Oh, yeah, Kevin Byard from the Bears, too, as well. Interception leader in the NFL and all, too, as well. They picked him up to help out, not even help out, to add to probably, in my opinion, probably one of the best backfields in the league and all, too, as well. Got to figure out the Christian Gonzalez situation, all, too, as well. I'm pretty sure the holdup is going to be the A.J. Brown situation from here to June 2nd and all, too, as well, to see. If the Eagles do let him go, what price and all too as well, honestly. So this offseason is promising. Um, but I'm trying to think if they pick up a running back this season too as well. It's probably going to be through the draft and all too as well. So it's promising. If you're looking at other teams in the AFC at least and all, real quick, NFL free agency blurb real quick and all too as well. I swear, I'm getting tired and all too as well. But first time doing this in a while, gotta get back in shape, I guess, and to a degree, in a sense at least and all too as well. But what was I gonna say there? But yeah, if you look at contenders in the AFC that made some moves at least on that, I'm impressed with. I like what the Broncos did to get Waddle. The Ravens tried to make a move for Crosby, didn't work out, but they kind of revamped it and all too as well. Max Crosby could have made a big difference for them too as well. So we'll see. I mentioned Ernest Jones to the Pats. He's leaving the Ravens to the Pats and all too as well. I'm not sure if they replaced it. But oh yeah, they picked up Trey Henderson and all too as well. So they did replace it with that. So yeah, the Ravens did more this offseason all too as well. So they made a move coaching wise, but a guy who's been a part of their system, not part of the system. Well, yeah, part of the system and all too as well. I'm not sure with John. I don't know if it was more with Jim. And also, obviously, he's coming from the Chargers staff, and also he's obviously had his moments with Jim and all too as well. But they beefed up and all too as well. Excuse me. The Bills got DJ Moore to help with their wide receiver scenario too as well with Josh Allen and all. I'm trying to think of anyone else really stocked up in the AFC. The Chiefs got Kenneth Walker there, so we'll see there. I feel like the Texans made a move too, but I'm sleeping there. But not really some big moves that I can think of for the AFC. The NFC too. You know, free agency to a degree has been quiet. Outside the Max Crosby news of the Ravens trading for him and then backing out of it because of the injury concerns, at least, not too as well. It's subtly a quiet free agency. You still got Kirk Cousins finally got signed for I don't know, for like a 4-year deal and all too as well. Apparently just worth 1 year, 20 million and all too as well. But got picked up there. Stephon Diggs with the past let go and all too as well. Still not signed and all too as well. So fairly a quiet free agency and all too as well. We'll see how the drafting picks up and all too as well. So I'm trying to think if there was a big trade or something outside of DJ Moore and Jalen Waddle at least and all too as well. But fairly quiet. It's been a while. I mean, free agency kicked up earlier this month, and I'm recording now, so there's probably things I'm missing here and there and all too as well. So I guess that's why I'm wearing out there too as well. Any big things in sports outside of the MLB, NBA, and NFL? Obviously, college basketball. Great run for who we got in there. We got UConn. We got UConn versus Iowa. No. Ooh, should I just look it up? I'm trying to remember ooh, UConn versus Illinois in one side of the bracket in the Final Four. Then you got Arizona and Michigan, who people think winner of that game is winning the championship and all too as well. If it's UConn in the championship though, I don't think it's a given and all too as well. But you got a great run there. Duke lost a crazy game to Utah, unfortunately, this past Sunday and all too as well, where Mulligan, I think his name is Mulligan, hit a big shot from like 35 feet or something like that, something crazy like that, and all too as well to win the game. Um, basically at the buzzer beater, there's .3 left on the clock when they won that game, and all. Houston unfortunately lost, I think to Illinois and all too as well. I'm not gonna go through the bracket like that too as well. But yeah, unfortunately as a top seed they lost. I don't know if they're the one seed. I don't know if they're I think they were a one seed. Lost. St. John's unfortunately lost too as well. Just as a personal fan and all too as well. But yeah, a cool run. I'm trying to think of it. Yeah, AJ Devansa. None of the big top three players made it. Kansas lost early. AJ Devansa and by BYU lost early. Cameron Boozer was making a run, but unfortunately lost and all too as well. In that game, like I mentioned, against UConn, that crazy buzzer beater and all too as well. But you got UConn, Illinois on one side, you got Arizona and Michigan on the other side, and and all the two as well in the Final Four, where the big game, I believe, is Monday. It's usually Monday night, and all too as well, where the big championship game is going to take place, and all too as well. So, anything else? Yeah, Tiger Woods checking in for rehab and all too as well. Other big news there too as well and all. I'm sure you heard the story, flipping the car in Jupiter, Florida, in a residential place because he didn't see the pressure washer or the trailer. Apparently, the pressure washer and all too as well. Seeing photos of him on his phone, calling Donald Trump. Based on news today, honestly too as well. But basically on the phone calling Donald Trump. That's crazy and all too as well. But there could have been a chance of him playing in the Masters. I heard of him being about to play in a round somewhere and all too as well. But obviously that's not happening. He's getting checked in the rehab. To me, it was very funny to see all the memes and stuff like that of that nature from him being released from jail Saturday night and all too as well. And then the mugshot of him getting into jail and all too as well. I found it hilarious and all too as well because I only find it hilarious about Tiger Woods because of the stuff you're hearing after about him not wanting a driver because of privacy concerns and all too as well. Still driving himself and all too as well. He gets all that extra ego stuff and all too as well. That's why I find it funny and all. I wouldn't laugh on someone's pain and all too as well. I've been in some situations myself and all too as well that I can laugh at now, but wasn't laughing then. At least all too as well. But it seems like Tiger's kind of setting himself up for a cycle and all too as well. So I'm curious, you know what I mean, if he's ever Loki gonna figure it out and all too as well, just in the life sense and all too as well. But since I'm ending it, let's switch my scenes over to this so I can see. You can see me. You can see everything. I can see you. You know what I mean? I guess. I'm being weird with it and all too as well. But as you can see, it looks like I'm closing it out and all too as well. Going forward, obviously I'll be talking NBA basketball mostly until June and all too as well. From June to the summer, probably talking about the Red Sox, hopefully in the positive sense, and the rest of the MLB and all too as well. Then obviously the last part of this season, talking Pats, NFL season, probably the most Pats I'll be talking about, just in general since like 2019 or something like that. Did not believe in the 2021 team where Mac Jones was leading the team and all too as well. Now I understand Mac Jones. It was more about Bill Belichick than you, but we all find things late. No, not on time all the time, at least not too as well. So, again, I appreciate you guys listening. If you guys are listening on the YouTube side, please press on the subscribe button, press on the like button, share, obviously, too, as well to help support the podcast. And if you guys are listening on the podcast side, like Apple, Spotify, Overcast, and other platforms, just leave us a rating, add us to your library for any past, present, and future episodes and all too as well. So I appreciate you guys listening. Check back with you guys soon. Peace.